Hey Olutu, welcome to your Maths Literacy class for grade 12. This video is just an introduction. It's going to introduce you to the 4 levels of the Maths Literacy Assessment Taxonomy. And it's also going to introduce you to the topics that you're going to learn. First, we're going to discuss the Maths Literacy Assessment Taxonomy. Level 1 is going to be knowing, and paper 1 of your exam, the exam paper 1, is going to be 60% at level 1. So level 1 is the easiest questions. It's just knowing. And then the level 2 is applying routine procedures in familiar contexts, and 35% of paper 1 is going to be applying routine procedures in familiar context, and 25% of paper 2 is going to be applying routine procedures in familiar context. The next level is applying multi-step procedures in a variety of contexts, and 5% of paper 1 is going to be at this level, and 35% of paper 2 is going to be at this level. Level 4, which are going to be the most challenging questions, is reasoning and reflecting. And you won't get any questions at this level in paper 1, but paper 2 will be 40% reasoning and reflecting. When it comes to the overall allocation, about 30% of the overall allocation is going to be knowing. About 30% overall allocation is going to be applying routine procedures in familiar contexts, and 20% of overall is going to be applying multi-step procedures in a variety of contexts, and about 20% is going to be reasoning and reflecting. So when you add paper 1 and paper 2. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the content for the year. The first chapter is on measurement, conversions, time, and temperature. So you are going to learn how to convert from, for example, when it comes to time, seconds to hours to minutes. And then also you're going to work with travel timetables and tide tables. Chapter 2 is finance, tariff systems and break-even, income and expenditure, cost and selling price. So this is more like management accounting. So you will learn about running a small business. You'll learn about income and expenditure statements and budgets, things like that. Number 3 is handling data. You're going to learn how to make sense of national and global statistics. You'll learn how to summarize data, quartiles and percentile values, and interpret box and whisker diagrams. You'll learn to develop opposing arguments using the same summarized and or represented data. The 4th thing that you're going to learn is going to be in finance. It's going to be interest, banking, and inflation. So interest and banking for loans and investments, and then inflation. The 5th thing that you're going to learn is maps and plans, scale and map work. You are going to learn how to compare travel options, compass directions, and scale. The 6th thing is going to be measurement, length, perimeter, area, and volume. So you'll learn measuring, you'll learn to calculate the perimeter and area and volume. Probably going to learn definitions as well. The 7th thing is still measurement, and this time we'll be measuring weight. So you learn how to calculate the BMI. BMI is body mass index, and also medicine dosages. So you'll learn about BMI growth charts for children. You'll use formulae to determine medicine dosage. The 8th thing, we're going back to finance, and this time it's income tax. You'll learn to understand taxation, determining income tax, and also how you'll learn about the IRP5 tax forms. The ninth thing that you're going to learn, the ninth topic is still in finance. This time it's exchange rates, ways of working with exchange rates and currency conversions, and you'll learn about buying and selling currency. The 10th thing is going to be maps and plans and scales. You are going to learn how to interpret plans and to determine scales. When we go back to that maps and plans, you will have an integrated application where you're building a house. The 11th thing is my favorite, which is probability. I love probability. You learn probability theory for understanding the lottery. You learn prediction. You'll learn expressions of probability in the press. The last chapter is maps and plans, this time models. You will learn how to create a 3D model. After all of this, you will then have you'll write an exemplar paper, which means it's like a mock exam to make sure that you are ready for the exam, and you will just do past papers. I hope after seeing what you are going to be learning in maths literacy, you see now that it's something that you can do and that you're excited to learn, and you are going to be ready for next year to write the exams. With that, I will see you at our next in my next video when I discuss the first topic, which is measurement.